What's up, guys? Let's talk for a minute because this is getting out of hand and people are getting themselves into real trouble without realizing it. I keep seeing videos and posts telling people to just file a police report or submit an FTC identity theft claim like it's some kind of cheat code to wipe debt. That advice is reckless and it's setting people up to lose way more than a credit score. A police report is not a suggestion. It's not paperwork you try out to see if it works. When you file one, you're talking to law enforcement and putting your name on an official record saying what you're claiming is true. Filing a false police report is a crime in a lot of places, not a slap on the wrist, not a credit issue, a real charge that can come with fines, probation, or jail time depending on how far it goes. Once that report is filed, it doesn't disappear. You don't get to say never mind later if things don't work out. Now let's talk about FTC identity theft reports because this is where people really mess up. An FTC identity theft report is a federal affidavit. That means you're swearing under penalty of perjury that those accounts were not yours and that you didn't authorize them. If that's not true, you're lying to a federal agency. That's not smart credit strategy. That's fraud. And no, the system is not dumb. Credit bureaus and banks don't just take these reports and hit delete anymore. They cross-check everything: devices, IP addresses, work history, bank activity, old disputes, signatures, even confirmation from police departments. When your story doesn't line up, it doesn't just get denied, it gets flagged. And once it's flagged, you're no longer dealing with a dispute department, you're dealing with fraud and compliance. I also hear people throwing around legal-sounding terms like the Debt Bondage Repair Act, like it's some kind of legal shield. Let me be real with you, there is no law that lets you make stuff up, file false reports, or lie your way out of debt. Consumer protection laws are there to protect people from inaccurate reporting and shady practices, not to cover false statements. Using legal words doesn't make a lie legal. Intent matters. If you knowingly submit false information, that's where things flip from civil to criminal. At that point, it's not about credit repair, it's about fraud. I've seen how this ends for people. Accounts don't come off. Instead, profiles get flagged. Future disputes get auto-denied. Bank accounts get closed. Lending doors shut. Jobs and housing opportunities get harder to land. And the worst part is losing credibility. Once your name gets tied to false filings, even legit disputes get looked at sideways. Even real identity theft becomes harder to prove. There are real ways to fix credit, real ways to challenge reporting, accuracy issues, incomplete data, verification failures, procedural mistakes. That's where real leverage comes from. Not lies, not fake reports, not shortcuts from social media. Anything promising instant results with no proof should be a red flag. Real progress takes strategy, patience, and knowing how the system actually works. If you're a real victim of identity theft, this message is meant to protect you. False claims make it harder for real victims to be believed. And if you're thinking about filing something you know isn't true, this is your warning. Stop before you create a bigger problem than the one you're trying to solve. Credit stress is real. Debt is heavy. I get why people look for fast fixes, but lying on official reports doesn't fix anything. It just puts a target on your back. There is a right way to move, and it starts with being honest, strategic, and smart. Education protects you, shortcuts expose you, move smart.